Hi, how you doing? I'm. How am I doing? I'm just very tired right now. You probably see that there's no review of Spider-Man: Homecoming. Well, there is a reason for that. I kept trying to make plans to see it, but too many wrenches got thrown into those plans. But don't worry. I promise you that there will be a review up next week for Spider-Man: Homecoming. I hope. Okay. I always liked the character of Spider-Man. He was always a very relatable hero. I mean, that's what Stan Lee wanted. He wanted to make a hero who was very relatable because he got tired of all these heroes who don't appear to have any problems, seem to have everything in control. I mean, but he wanted to make a hero who doesn't have, is never not really sure of anything anymore. I mean, he's gotta get a job, he's gotta pay the rent, he's gotta help his aunt out. See, just because Peter Parker has superpowers doesn't mean he has everything figured out. No. And Tom Holland reprising his role in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So it's pretty clear when I saw the trailer to this, is that it's the events that takes place after Civil War. So I guess you know what that means. No origin story. Yay! Oh. Uh, Tom Holland is the fourth actor to portray Peter Parker dash Spider-Man in live action. First was Nicholas Hammond in the 1970s Spider-Man TV show, which lasted 2 seasons, and in 2002 came Tobey Maguire for reprised the role 3 more times, and then came Andrew Garfield only twice in Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and now Tom Holland. Now, now I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Wow, this guy must like playing characters with wings. He goes from Batman, Birdman, to Vulture. Well, I don't know if I can count Birdman because it's technically not a superhero film. It's about a guy who can't escape his past from once he played a superhero. Wait, I already did a review to that. Why am I telling you that now? I don't know. I liked the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire was good. Kirsten Dunst was okay as Mary Jane. She's just the typical girlfriend in that movie. They do give some basis to her story. I mean, she's verbally abused by her father, but other than that, she just felt like the typical girlfriend. Willem Dafoe is good as Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. James Franco really shines as Harry Osborn. And in Spider-Man 2, I think Mary Jane Watson and Harry Osborn got to grow more as characters. Oh, let's not forget J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Man, whew, he really nailed that role. I mean, you could tell he's having much fun playing the character. I mean, it's kind of fun. You see him. He really loves the character. You could just see it in his performance. I mean, he just really reads the comics. He tries to bring every aspect of what fans want to see about that character. He really brings it together perfectly. Alfred Molina's Otto Octavius, Doc Ock was good, and so far I just can't say anything truly awful. I mean, it's not always easy to sit through because you see the financial hardships that Peter's going through. I mean, the feeling of being Spider-Man and all that is just taking a toll on him, and you hate watching that. It's just no fun. But maybe it's not supposed to be fun. It's trying to show the reality of of superhero life. That's what Spider-Man was trying to do, and it did it quite well. Spider-Man 3, uh, not so much. It's like trying to stuff too many big things in a small closet. Studios need to quit meddling in these films. They screw them up every time. But studios never seem to learn from their mistakes. They just seem to do it. They seem to keep doing what they're doing. Some people would say, "Oh, studios messed up Spider-Man 3. Oh, don't worry, we could do it better." That's how they think, and can't see a movie that did it better. No. I don't know. I just felt kind of ridiculous adding in the Venom story. They could have just. Okay, you could have saved that for a fourth Spider-Man movie when Eddie Brock gets hit with the Venom part. You could have just left that open for a fourth film, but no, they didn't. And then Sandman and Harry becoming the new Goblin, causing a rift between Peter and Mary Jane. And then I'm not saying that Gorilla the Sandman by Thomas Hayden Church was bad. It wasn't poorly acted. It was just poorly written. And I thought, after seeing Kirk Connors in Spider-Man 2, I thought that was kind of hinting to the audience who was going to be the next villain, because you all know the story of Kirk Connors. He becomes the Lizard. Maybe that was part of the plan, but it just got scrapped. So that's why plans for Spider-Man 4 were put in the recyclable bin, and they decided to reboot the franchise with The Amazing Spider-Man. And guess what? Kirk Connors is in this, and so is the Lizard. How do I compare Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker to Tobey Maguire? Well, I liked him just as much as I like Maguire. They both played the role very differently. Peter and Tobey Maguire's Peter is just your typical nerd. I don't think Andrew Garfield's character was a nerd. He was just Peter Parker was not a geek. He was just sort of an outcast. He was sort of this James Dean rebel without cause, like Feely gets to it. I saw he just wasn't afraid of a fight, even though he knows he might lose. He gets beat up by Flash Thompson. I really fell in love with Emma Stone. I mean, as Gwen Stacy. I mean, I think they were trying not to make her just a typical girlfriend in that movie. I mean, they were trying to give her more of a strong. They were trying to make her more of a strong character, not just be the love interest, and I really admired that. I mean, and the Spider-Man suit. I love the Spider-Man suit. I like the idea it was doing its own thing. I don't care if it looks like a basketball. It's still a cool suit. And it's hard to say anything truly awful about the movie because I don't find much awful about it. I love Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. Loving but tough father figure. And Sally Field, I felt wasn't given much to do. It's just weird. You cast Sally Field, you don't give her much. Good actress like Sally Field, why not? Not that I hated Cliff Robertson as Uncle Ben in the earlier Spider-Man film. Just that they didn't elaborate much on the relationship on that one the way they did in this film. They do it a little, but not by much. No. And then came The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was a sort of a mixed bag. You get all these. It's another feeling of it wasn't trying to stuff too many big things in a small closet. No, but it was like they couldn't write much for the villains. I mean, Dane DeHaan is pretty good as Harry Osborn, but he wasn't. But because you got two other films with James Franco to build up the character, it was hard for me to get invested in him. And Jamie Foxx as Electro, like I said, he just didn't feel he was given much as the main villain. In films like this, you want the villain to be every bit as interesting as the hero, and I didn't feel that in this film. What saved the movie from obscurity was the relationship between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and played by Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. They were dating at the time, so their scenes together did work. They worked perfectly. I mean, Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst had chemistry, but I think Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone had better chemistry, and I hate the idea they went to the original suit. I liked the suit in the first Amazing Spider-Man because it was its own thing. It was trying daring to be different, but studios don't like different. And unfortunately, Garfield got fired shortly after Spider-Man 2 because he made comments about wanting to put in Miles Morales, or maybe there was other reasons I don't know about. You know what? I would love a good Spidey like universe. I mean, they could expand it more. They expanded more in the comic books. Why can't they do it in film? I would love to see them do a Spider Gwen. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I would love to see Emma Stone play Spider Gwen in another universe. I would love to see that. I'd love to see the Miles Morales story. That's an interesting story I would love to see. Yeah, I mean, how will Spider-Man Homecoming hold up? Well, I don't. Looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's getting mixed reviews. A lot of people are praising it. So far, the only two people I've heard hate it was Robert Storm and Phil Master Adam. So, which is kind of interesting because I thought the movie was getting all praise. It's nice to hear a different view on things. But will I like the movie or dislike it? Keep my fingers crossed. Bye bye.